So Miss Terry, I feel like I need to start off by this week by saying that I may have overstated something last week.
You were pretty upset last week.
I know, I said I miss basketball and a lot of, I just wanted to clarify, I do like basketball, but I love our kids and I love the church and I love the body of Christ and I miss them terribly. That I miss. It's
confusing.
I just don't know who to believe, what to believe. I mean, they tell me to not wear a mask.
Wear a mask.
And then they say, stay inside.
No, go outside in the sunshine.
And there's just so many different things and points of view, and it can get confusing and get depressing and get just kind of, until you do one thing.
And that would be?
If you keep in mind, Jeremiah 29:11 says that God has plans for us, and he wants to prosper us, and he wants to give us hope and a future and not harm us.
It does say that.
If we put those glasses on and we kind of look at everything with like God's wanting the best for his kids,
Which he
I think it will really help us kind of filter through the negative things and be able to work through and trust God. It just comes down to, I guess, we trust God.
Yeah.
But we got to put his glasses on and see things from his point of view.
Ooh, that sounds like a good story.
Miss Terry, did you say story?
I did say story.
I have a story for you.
About God's perspective?
I do. It's a guy named Elisha. Okay, so in the Old Testament, 2 Kings, check it out.
Yeah.
It says Elisha went to talk to the king. And every time he talked to the king, the army that was attacking him, the Arameans, they were very mean. Every time they would attack, the Israeli army knew what to do. They knew exactly what was coming.
It was like they had a spy.
And that's what their king said. There must be a spy. And the people said, no, it's just Elisha. He knows what we're going to do. So the king says, well, let's find this Elisha guy, take him out, then we can win the war.
Okay.
So Elisha's in his house with his servant.
Okay.
And the army surrounds the entire place. And his servant goes outside and says, comes back and says, we're surrounded by horses, chariots, and men.
That is a bad place to be.
And it's
like 2 against an army?
Yeah, but Elisha says, our numbers are far greater than theirs.
Okay, 1, 2, and an army.
Yeah, but here's the deal.
Okay.
Elisha says, God, open his eyes that he may see what you see.
And then what happened to the servant?
Well, he looked up and saw on the hillside Elisha. The hillside was filled with Elisha's horses and chariots of fire.
Wait a minute. So here's Elisha and his servant, and then they're surrounded by the Armenian army, but behind them were chariots and horses and chariots of fire?
So outnumbered they were.
Ooh, they were outnumbered.
So here's what happened. Just Elisha prays and says, blind the Arameans' army.
Ooh, and what happened?
And then he went out and told them, you're at the wrong place, follow me. And he led that army into the city of Samaria, inside the walls.
Okay.
They closed them in.
Okay.
And then,
they killed them, right?
And then he prayed that they could open their eyes and see.
Okay, and then what happened?
Well, the leader of the Samaritan came over and said, what do we need to do with them, Elisha? And Elisha said, let's
kill them!
Feed them and give them drink and send them back to
wait.
their master.
The enemy army, they didn't kill him, they fed him and gave him drink?
No, like I said, God does things differently.
That's that perspective thing.
He wanted them to know that, look, we have someone fighting for us that's more powerful. We don't have to kill your people. God's fighting for us.
Wow.
And it's kind of hard to believe. But here's the deal. We know in John 10:10, it says that the thief comes to kill, steal, and destroy. So Satan's wanting everything to be evil. He's wanting us to think about the coronavirus and being locked out of school and all of that as evil. And he says, I am going to unleash evil on the planet. I have an evil plan.
Wait, that doesn't say evil. It says L-I-V-E. Live.
No, I just wrote it. It says E-V-I-L. Evil. This was Satan's plan.
But God meant for it to live, to bring us life. It's your perspective.
So from God's side of it, he can make this new normal a better normal.
Where we can live life to the fullest, abundant life.
So what Satan has for evil is actually abundant life when we put it in God's hands and we trust him.
Wow!
So that's exciting to me. So this week, trust God. Know that he has the best plans for you. Know he loves you. And what Satan has for evil, God's saying, I want you to live